So, Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the fifth Hajj 2024 informational session. And of course, I think every session we're learning something new. I hope that's the case. But at the end of the day, is we are trying our best and striving to provide you as much information as possible to get you ready and prepared and guided until the process begins for purchasing. So the good thing is that the expectation was the packages would go live today for viewing. It is not, but we still can benefit. I mean, the longer it takes, inshallah, there's for every delay, there is also khair that we can go over things. I believe most of us, as you can see, we're all working on transparency. And jazakallah khair again to the brothers and sisters who have been supporting and helping on the chat. Allah bless you all. And thank you for assisting everyone. And apologies for the slow mode, but I think it's necessary for 5 minutes. I was actually thinking for longer, but alhamdulillah, just we'll keep it at five minutes, inshallah. So again, the packages are not live for viewing at the moment. It can be any moment, but again, like we said before, stay calm. This is only for viewing. It can be for viewing for up to 2 weeks. So we're perfectly fine and we're prepared. This bit of information yesterday that came up with the package codes and the information, that's very helpful. We'll talk today about a little bit about the hotels, a little bit about the dates, a little about the airlines and the expectations for the airlines and the gateways. So that kind of solidifies everything. So when everything is loaded up, we'll get to be ready, inshallah. All right, so those are the things that are going to be responded to. Yes, this session will be recorded, and hopefully I'll be able to answer some of the questions. So again, just to be clear, like we did in the past, we are moving forward. Anyone that has any questions with regards to nusuk registrations, top-ups, verifications, please do view the previous recordings. Anyone that has general information about the program, about the direction of what the steps are, moving forward, please do watch the fourth session. This session, we're going to specifically talk about the programs that we are under the impression will be published. And now remember, these programs, it's very difficult to give a lot of information because these programs have to first be approved by the ministry and then published on Nusuk. So again, it's still in the approval phase, it's still in the testing phase. For example, that there may be some errors sometimes that maybe Zone A hotels will show as Zone D at the moment. So they're fixing these things as per what we understand from the service providers, uploading airline allotments or group bookings that are not there yet, or they're still waiting for contracts. So there's a few things that are still delaying, and as long as they just let us know in advance, that'll be great for viewing, and then when it goes live. So let's discuss the itineraries and the programs that we're looking at. But remember, when we're not providing you information, if we're not giving it to you, we're not giving you the price, we're not giving you how many seats they are and all these things, is because we are not allowed to. Until things are clear and uploaded on Nusuk. So just be aware of that. But general rule of thumb, I'm going to give this statement, please, inshallah, and brothers and sisters who remember it, they can write it down in the session. There is enough seats and beyond. There's enough bookings, enough packages, and beyond over the visa quota. So the issue is not scarcity of packages, it's the scarcity of visa. So hypothetically, everyone can probably get luxury packages, and hypothetically, everyone can get standard packages. But again, it's all about the visa. And all the packages that are going to be published for viewing will only be published as a package without flights. And the flight is an added service to the package on the next page after you choose the occupancy. So again, the package comes as not including flight, and you've noticed it already in the filtering. It'll show you in rials without the flights, estimated flights generally from most of the European countries, Canada, US, Australia, is roughly about 11,000 rials or so. It might be a little less, 1,000 or two less from Europe. But again, that would be added secondary, or if there are no more seats, you'll go into the online travel agent and Musafir system embedded in Nusuk. You'll have to purchase within Nusuk. You'll purchase based on the dates of the package that you chose. So you can't go earlier than the package dates. You might leave a little later, but then you'll have to prove residence for those gaps between the package. So hypothetically speaking, every package is available to every country resident that is purchasing within Nusuk. All right. So 126 countries, yes, the European countries, the small islands in the Americas, and so on and so forth are included. 126 countries can purchase any package within their quota of their country. Okay. So if you're from the UK and you purchase a package traveling from Los Angeles, that still deducts from the quota of UK, not from America. It deducts from the airlines of America, but it does not deduct from the quota of America for the visas. Same thing with Australia, right? Or anywhere, or Toronto, or anywhere else. So again, land package first, or the flight package without flights, starting from it tells you first the price will be starting from, and that's basically the quad occupancy. Then there's triple room, 3 people in a room and 2 people in a room. So it'll start off with that. And we are projecting that the lowest package from the 11 packages of all 3 service providers that we are supporting will be roughly 51,000 rials for a quad occupancy. That would be the lowest end. And what you can hypothetically do, again, because these are not all approved, every quad price is in that range of the 50s. The triples are within the 60,000 range, and the doubles is in the 70,000 range. So what we estimated is this is land only, right? So land or not including flight is about 51,000 is the lowest quad, and the lowest double is going to be roughly around 70,000 rials per person in a double, typically. So that's what it would look like. So basically, that's roughly the estimate. It's very difficult to tell you anything more than that. We cannot tell you how many people on every group, but there is going to be enough packages without flights, and then the flights will be added on. Inshallah, the flights, again, the reason why we say Al Burj is better for Canada and Australia and UK is because the service provider Al Burj is working with us to uploading flights and gateways from those 4 countries, i.e. Australia, UK, Canada, and USA. I will post these later today, but you can write them down as well. I will post them in the group, but typically the gateways that will have flights or group bookings in the Al Burj package would most likely, if it's going to be in Australia, it will most likely be Sydney, Perth, and Melbourne. UK is London, and Canada is Toronto only. I understand that some people are going to say, well, I'm in a different city. Well, how come you couldn't get that or this or that? We're working with the service providers, and we're working as best as we can to maximize as many routes as possible. But a lot of us are going to eventually have to connect in some of these cities. For the United States, over the course of the 3 service providers, and again, once we get closer to be able to provide you this information, it's not going to show, by the way, when you're viewing the packages. Flights are not going to show when you're viewing the packages. It's going to show after, and we're going to be able to provide you this information before the packages go live for purchase. We promise you that, and we'll let you know what the gateways you're ready for. So ideally, you're going to see the package. It's going to tell you how many left when you're booking, and then you move on to choosing, and then it's going to show you the available gateways you can choose from that flight or bypass and go into the OTA system to book your own ticket. All right. So just remember that. Again, it is going to be without flights. You're going to only view, and package view only is going to be just a land package. You're going to see the description of the package, the hotels, the services that's included, and the dates of arrival and departure from the kingdom. And that's why we took a little snapshot of it along with the package name or code. Then after that, when it goes live and within those 10 to 14 days, we'll be able to provide you exactly which gateways That's going to be in each of the service providers. But generally speaking, and I know, brothers and sisters, some of you have asked for Atlanta and Seattle and Detroit. Those are not there yet. Hopefully, maybe we'll be able to tell you that choose the closest gateway to you, and we can work with the airlines offline to swap the gateway. So hopefully, we'll have some good news with that. But oddly enough, we have Miami. Miami. We'll also have JFK, Washington Dulles Airport, Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles, and we're working on San Francisco, not confirmed yet. We also have Chicago. So Chicago, JFK, Miami, Washington Dulles Airport, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, and Los Angeles. We promise we're going to work on trying to get a few more, whether it's San Francisco, Seattle, Detroit, and Atlanta. We'll keep you posted, inshallah. We can either do that offline after, but we'll keep you posted. When the time comes for that, we'll give you more detail. The reason why I'm not projecting any screens or showing you anything here is because we don't have that confirmed, but I can verbally at least tell you that this is what we're working on. So again, for Al Burj, most of those gateways are going to be there. Canada, UK, and Australia gateways are going to be with Al Burj. Sira and Abdul Latif Jamil, or we'll call it from now on Jamil, is going to have US gateways from the ones we've listed. They will not have tickets being posted for UK, Canada, Australia. However, you still can buy those packages and then book the tickets through the online travel booking within Nusuk. You can also do that. We have people that are interested in these programs in Portugal, Korea, South Korea, Japan, Spain, Brazil, Colombia. So they can also book without you choosing a gateway. And again, if you're in any country, you can still choose any gateway from anywhere in the world that's in the system. Here's the interesting news. The good news, it's a surprise. We are told that when the packages go live to purchase, but we're not confirmed yet. This is not confirmed 100%, brothers and sisters, but we're told that we're going to have a decent hold time in our land package. There's a pro and con to this, right? So the faster you log in, the first 5 minutes you get on, all of a sudden all the packages can disappear because they're being held. And the hold time, they're saying guarantee hold is up to an hour, but we have not verified and made 100% sure that it can be that much. The good thing about it is that if you are in, you have enough time that you're not rushing and you potentially lose your seat or your package if you're looking at airline options. But also, if you do take longer or choose the wrong package and want to go back, you lose it. So within an hour, or right after an hour, it opens up again. So if you haven't gotten a package, you might have a possibility an hour after. We don't know if they're going to upload packages again after. They're trying to have it all uploaded at one time, so it is unified and you can choose and close once you purchase the package. So that's the general update now, alhamdulillah. As you heard, I think a lot of you have been asking about this. They're concerned about the airline. Again, the gateways are going to be for Al Burj. For Al Burj, the gateways will be Perth, Sydney, Melbourne, UK, London, Canada, Toronto, and then there is going to be JFK, Chicago, IAD, Miami, Houston, Dallas, Los Angeles. The other gateways we're going to be working on, inshallah. My apologies if I missed anything. I'm working off of memory. But those are the plans. That's all going to be in Al Burj. Sira and Jamil is going to have the majority of the gateways from the United States, nothing from Canada, UK, or Australia. However, you can still purchase them and then use the online travel booking for your ticket, inshallah. The tickets might be a little higher, but then again, sometimes you might find a cheaper package and then basically pay a little higher for the airlines. But, really, at the end of the day is if you get a package, we're going to say alhamdulillah. And, the prices are already so significant that it might just cost you an extra, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 riyals might be. But that would be the case as long as you have the package. We'll also walk you through on some tricks on how to find the best way to purchase tickets on the platform not tricks as in, but ways to do it where maybe you can purchase from Istanbul, Medina, Jeddah, Istanbul, and then book your own ticket into Istanbul to save a little cost. But there are going to be ways and tips that we can do to provide you that information. So with that being said, that's the general guideline for the airlines timeline that we're expecting. Again, it's very clear. We're going to watch it for about 10 to 14 days, take our time, choose up to 5 favorites. Favorites. You don't put in a cart, it's favorites. So when the packages go live, at least you have those lined up and you don't have to filter or search by, luxury, 5-star, the service provider, or the cam. So we spoke about numbers. We spoke about there's plenty. We're speaking about all the gateways. We're speaking about who can book, or we spoke about who can book and where they can book in what country. That's pretty much in a nutshell what it is. I am now going to share the screen, the e-flyer that we posted. We're going to walk through it a little bit. We're going to walk again and talk about some of the hotels and the benefits of it. So we're going to talk about hotels now and package and timelines. Before that, let me see if I can share the screen. All right, here we go. So as you know, we've discussed this part. This is how it should look like. Disregard the blue color, but the pages are going to look like that. These are the packages that are going to look. And already, as you've seen in the filter process, now it says the package price, not including airline. Here would be the packages. So here is the process again. You filter the package, you explore the options, you select your preferred 5 preferences. You can view all the package details, review the included price, which is specifically going to be land. And then once the packages go live, you go to your preferences, you choose the one that you prefer. Hopefully you get in, and you choose the rooming occupancy. You can actually, if you're, let's say, a family of 5, you can choose 2 for double and 3 for triple. You can also choose all 5 for triple. The great thing about it when you're working with service providers that we are supporting and the packages that we are supporting, we're going to assist them in the rooming occupancy. We're going to room the sisters together. We're going to room everyone together. We're going to have that plan, and our team in the back end is going to be working towards making sure that you are rooming with the right people, inshallah. Then you'll go into the select airline options. You opt for a group booking or a pre-buy option if it's available, or then you go into your system, the online travel system where you can book your own airfare. We'll guide you towards how to do that as well. Then you move on to the final confirmation and use your e-wallet balance or top up if needed. So again, if you are taking a double occupancy room, you should plan for somewhere around, I want to say 80,000 rials. That includes the airfare. It can be a little less. It can be about 76,000, 77,000. It can even be 85,000. So it's a gap, right? So I can tell you right now that the lowest is going to be 61,000 rials, including a group airfare. 61,000 is the least package. And the highest is going to be 86,000. That's assuming these packages get approved. So again, 61,000 and 86,000. So alhamdulillah, we've been talking about this for 2 months now or 3 months, and we've been consistent with these numbers. So hopefully that's what we show, inshallah. So then after that, you top up if you need. Again, it's really up to you on how much you want to top up now, but I think we have enough time as long as you've already tested everything, and then you confirm and you book, inshallah. Again, here it is. Select package, select rooms, select additional services, if any. We don't know what they are now. There's a few of them that are going to be. We'll announce them when the time comes. You select your flight, you card payment. If there's no sufficient funds, then you add it, you top up, and then payment successful and package confirmed, inshallah. So here is the image of what we had as a calendar. So my apologies if it may be a little confusing, but basically in a nutshell, if you'll notice on Friday, the 7th is where 3 of the packages start. 2 in Al Burj, which is signature, or sorry, 4 packages, because there's 2 signature A and B, Deluxe A, and the Elite 001 for Sira. They start on the 7th, and every single program that starts on the 7th of June will be starting in Medina first. Those will stay for about 4 days in Medina, then move on to Mecca, inshallah. The rest are going to begin on the 10th of June, and most of them will begin, half are going to begin in Medina, and half will begin in Mecca, or the majority are going to begin in Mecca. So they're going to arrive in Jeddah. So the executive will begin in Medina. The deluxe B will begin in Jeddah, and then basically the CP Medina or Jamil, both of them will start in Mecca. Elite 02 and 03 will also begin in Mecca, inshallah, and they will end. Sorry, yes. So it begins in Medina. All right. I'll go over them in a little in a bit, inshallah. But typically, half of them will be arriving in Medina, and half of them will be arriving into Jeddah. And then basically, well, here it is. Basically, the ones that are ending on the 23rd into Medina in Medina begin in Mecca. So Deluxe B begins in Mecca. CP Medina, which is Jamil, begins in Mecca and ends in Medina. Elite 003 begins in Mecca and ends in Medina. So again, Deluxe B, Jamil, Crown Plaza, Medina, and Elite 003 begin in Mecca and end in Medina. The rest start in Medina. Here are the programs. Again, DS. There's basically three types of itineraries for Al Burj: the executive, the signature, and the deluxe. The executive is 10th of June arrival. So you have to start your program on the 10th of June, and you leave between the 19th, 20th of June. You start in Medina first for a few days. Then you have your hotel non-shifting once you arrive in Mecca until you leave and you come home. Same thing with signature, but signature is longer. So you stay 10 full days in Mecca versus 7, and you'll stay 3 days prior or 4 days prior in Medina. So that's why the 3 days from 7 to 10 is going to be in Medina, and from 10 to 20 in Mecca, non-shifting. The luxury shifting, again, you start 7th of June in Medina, then you come to Mecca, and then you check out. And the other is beginning in Mecca on the 10th of June, and then ends in Medina on the 23rd of June. Then Jamil, there is the luxury non-shifting, which is again 10th and ends in Medina. And then the non-shifting, of course, 7 to 20 is going to be also starting in Medina and ending in Mecca. So again, one of them is starting in Mecca, and the other is starting in Medina, inshallah. We'll talk about this a little more in detail. It seems slightly confusing, but again, we'll discuss those, inshallah. The same thing with Sira. You have 7 June to 21. Again, everything that we said, anything that's 7 June is going to be arriving in Medina. 10 June and returning on the 20th or 21st is going to be starting in Medina. If you are returning on the 23rd of June, that means you begin in Mecca. So 10 June, return 23, that you start in Mecca, end in Medina. Anything that's 23 June return means you start in Mecca first. Everything else is Medina. All right. Now, there was questions about the hotels. Just bear with me 1 second. We can discuss that. All right, brothers and sisters, we'll take this. We'll look at the map. All right, and here is the map. So bottom line is there's two areas. There's on the left-hand side, which is Abraj El Bait, the towers. And then there's on the right-hand side, which is the Jabal Omar projects, massive hotels. They're going to be extending all the way down. It's called Masar. It's going to be, I think, 58 hotels and 120 buildings and so on and so forth. So that's the further side, which is the Jabal Omar part. The towers is where it's called the Abraj al Bayt or Zamzam Towers or the Fairmont Towers or whatever you want to call it. And that's where basically we'll be housing if you'll notice here, the Swiss Maqam is on the right wing, the Swiss Hotel is on the left wing, and the Fairmont is right smack in the middle. And then, of course, on the Jabal Omar side is going to be the Anjum Hotel. Fairmont would be probably ranked one. Then you have Swiss Hotel, then Swiss Maqam, and then maybe Swiss Maqam or Anjum. But at the end of the days, that would be the ranking in terms of pricing. But also at the same time, remember the amount of time you're staying. So Anjum is going to be staying for a longer period within the hotel. It's all non-shifting, so it might be a little more expensive than the shifting. Shifting is going to be a little cheaper. So remember here, there's a lot of pros and cons in every hotel. Inshallah, we will be discussing this when the time comes. Okay, mashallah. Our dear brother Azhar Zaidi, a veteran of Dar es Salaam, also the general manager of Canada, as well as basically my mentor who has also taught me all these presentations. And mashallah, you'll be in for a treat to see the detailed presentations that he does. May Allah bless him. I've learned a lot from him. And he will go into very, very detailed explanations on the hotels and the elevators and the capacity of rooms. I know everyone might get overwhelmed about it, and we'll talk about it, right? Just to give you an example, the Fairmont, for instance, let's see. If we talk about the Fairmont, for instance, we're going to say, okay, well, the Fairmont is very grandiose, very luxurious, but the elevator banks, you got to switch from one elevator to another. But let's say for a moment, you're not going to be going to the Salah, every single Salah to the Haram, being realistic. Some people are going to say, well, this is what I want to do. This is what I plan on doing. But some people can't. That would be the best hotel for you because they have their own private Salah, Musalla. The other hotels don't have their own private musalla. You'll have to have a joint musalla. So yes, while they have access that you can get there on the ground further, and there is multiple accesses, right? Like you can access from the mall, or you can access from the street, from the Ajad area, for instance, Swiss Hotel Mecca. Then that would be preferable too. So we'll speak about that. We'll speak about that in great, great, great detail. I promise you, Brother Azhar will be doing that, inshallah. And we will be doing this, if you will, a clear package explanation or the I guess educational pitch or sales pitch, as if you will, about the programs and the services and things like that with Brother Azhar tomorrow, inshallah, at 11 a.m. So tomorrow, inshallah, we'll do one. We're gonna do multiple ones, but we're gonna do one tomorrow, inshallah, 11 a.m. Once we get off, I'll send the invitation, inshallah. I'll confirm the exact time, and we can do that tomorrow and also be recorded. That's going to be talking about the details of the programs and the details of the services that you will get to see based on the service providers and what we are able to do and what we can do and what is doable throughout the trips, inshallah. So yeah, this is in a nutshell the program today. We were hoping to basically do, I guess, a live viewing, I guess, if you will, a live viewing session of the packages, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. But it will happen soon, inshallah. Okay. Sorry, I'm seeing my screen is frozen. So let's try again. All right. Everyone can see the screen now. So yes, so as you can see, the Fairmont and the Swiss on the left-hand side wing and the right-hand side wing is Swiss Maqam. This map you've seen, I think, the link. And of course, on the bottom right-hand side of the Haram is Anjum Hotel. So this is where Abraj, the Jabal Omar area on the right side here, and on the left side is the towers, inshallah. All right, brothers and sisters. So again, we've discussed pretty much now everything that we need to discuss, and we're just waiting for the packages to come out. Any general information that we had, I'm gonna open up the Q&A folder Please, brothers and sisters, if it's something that is about going live and what's going to happen on going live and viewing, let's hold it off for another time. We are going to have sessions to speak about the details of the services that'll be provided, as well as the packages that we'll be supporting, inshallah, and the guidance. But right now, this is where we are. I hope you have some information and some clarity that you're looking at. So we'll open for a few questions and answers. We'll take about 10 of them or so and go from there, inshallah. So you can post in the Q&A folder. MashaAllah. I believe we answered a lot of this, but I'm just giving it a moment for people to ask questions. All right, MashaAllah. 255 questions. I know a lot of them are duplicated, but I'm going to try my best to answer them all. 274, 278, 280. Inshallah. All right, we're going to pause for a bit. Okay, Bismillah. We're going to go real quick, brothers and sisters. All right. If we're unable to fly with the group and would like to book flight tickets from a different location on Nusuk, would the price of the package be adjusted accordingly? Yes, the package begins with a land package price without airline. That's the price. When you select a package, you move on to the next page. You check the airline. Whatever the airline price is, it will be added to the invoice. Can two family members fly in from two different locations? Hypothetically, yes. You can choose different gateways because you're clicking on the number of spaces. Is the Zemzem allowance the same for all packages and flights? Zemzem allowance is allowed from the first exit of Saudi Arabia to your first stop. So if it's a connecting flight, that's fine. That's free. But if you're stopping in a different gateway and you're exiting and you're collecting your bag, then you would have to be charged for the domestic flight charge. Will premium packages offer hotels in Zone A or only Zone B and Zone C? Brother Ali, Allahu Alam, I do not know, to be honest with you, because we haven't looked into it. Some of them might be Zone A, but most of them might be Zone B and Zone C. Unfortunately, we can only provide information about packages that we're aware of. If my city is not a gateway, is it better to choose a nearby gateway and book my own flight to the gateway, or just book my own flight through Musafir to Saudi Arabia? I would say if you find a group booking and a gateway near you, please take it. Don't wait until you move on to getting your own flight. But if you feel like it's better and there is going to be guarantees where you hold the package, then you can just search and then maybe go back if it's still available. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's like, and there's no right or wrong answer there. Earlier webinars, it was mentioned double occup packages would be max up to. Today you mentioned is please confirm as I need to. Okay, the package codes you have shared are exact codes that will show. Yes, that's correct. The codes should be the same that they will show, inshallah, in Nusuk. Again, brothers and sisters, when we gave a range, we gave 60 to 80,000. I'm saying the lowest package, probably with group airfare, is 61,000, and the maximum double is 86,000. So that is basically DS, probably signature A. That doesn't mean that all the double occupancy is 86. There's going to be a double occupancy that's 83. There's a double occupancy that's 80. There's a double occupancy that might be 78. There's a double occupancy that might be 76,000. Okay. So unless you're saying I want the best and the double occupancy, then it most likely will be 86,000. Brothers and sisters, we have 316 questions, and I'm sure there's many duplicates. So I'm sure any question that you want to add to this list, mashallah, this extensive list, is going to be answered. So please be patient. I have disabled the chat. Yes, I have, and I have disabled the Q&A because we have 315 questions, and I promise you, I think all of them are going to be answered. And if you have a question within them, I'm sure it'll be answered. My Nusuk profile says select preferred package. It's still pending, even though I've selected my preferred. Anyone else have this issue? Select preferred package is basically waiting until the packages go live for viewing so you can select your preferred package. You selected your preferred category. Salam, which packages would you recommend for people with physical disability and full-time wheelchair users? I would choose, Brother Muhammad, anything that is a non-shifting. Hotels are close to the haram. All of them are fine for physical disability, to be honest with you. All of them are fine. All of them are fine. Don't worry. I would probably choose Fairmont or Swiss. Did the presentation mention that Al Burj has no gateways from the USA? Nope, that is incorrect. Al Burj has gateways from the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. Also, Sira and Jamil has gateways from USA only, but Al Burj has plenty of USA gateways along with the other three countries. Would being booked with a certain provider in the US limit the interaction with scholars listed with another provider? Not necessarily. Inshallah, the providers, as we've noted, as we've published the packages, those scholars are going to be moving with those programs in that specific service provider. But inshallah, when we're together in Mina and Arafat and Muzdalifah, we'll all be together, so you'll be able to benefit. Can you put a link before the Zoom meeting to submit our questions? Yes, Brother Sameh, we've done that in the past. We've done it multiple times, but I'm sure that I wanted this to be live and we'll take questions as they come, inshallah. No matter how long and how many times we request links in the past for questions, there's always going to be questions and they're always duplicated, but we're more than happy to answer them when the time comes, inshallah. After the packages go live for viewing, will we know the exact date, time when the packages will be available for purchase? Absolutely not, Brother Ala. That is going to be something that Allah knows best for. They will plan, they will provide us some kind of guidance, but we won't know until they really are ready to launch and be able to tell us. Sometimes there might be delays in testing, but we wouldn't know. But we'll know at least it's going to be 10 to 14 days after that. It can be longer. You mentioned visa is the limited factor for if we get to do Hajj. When do we apply for visas? If we purchase packages, if you purchase a package, you paid for a package, that means you're going to get a visa, inshallah, unless there's a rejection for some strange reason that we haven't seen. So you don't buy the package and then submit for a visa. The package comes with the visa. The package, when you select it, is basically tied to a spot in a visa. Can you talk about the Medina first or Mecca first, please, in terms of why we might want one or the other? Great question. In the past, we would always recommend Medina first. And the reason why we used to recommend Medina first is that you go in comfortably, connect. The airport is seamless, and you don't have to be wearing ihram or in your preparation for ihram. And then you can basically warm up basically in Medina spiritually and mentally, and then basically move on to Mecca for your Umrah and your Ihram and so on and so forth. And then basically we used to always say Mecca first means you go to Jeddah, you go to the Hajj terminal. It was just a huge operation, long waits and things like that. But now, alhamdulillah, most airlines, specifically at least the airlines that we will be using through our service providers, which are Saudi Airlines, Emirates Airlines, Turkish Airlines, and Qatar Airways. All of them will be arriving at the new Jeddah airport, so that should be seamless as well. So essentially, it's really a personal, it's a preference. It's a preference where you want to walk into Mecca, you want to walk into Saudi Arabia first and do your Umrah, and basically fulfill that duty first, and then enjoy the Masjid Nabawi after, or you want to do that, visit the Prophet ﷺ and go to Medina in the beginning and then end it with Mecca. For tickets between hometown and gateway, is there any advantage to booking through Nusuk independently? I would say the domestic part from hometown to gateway, you can always check it on the Nusuk. If it works for you, that's great. If not, I would probably book it domestically separately if you have points or you have a specific airline. There is no benefit whatsoever to do it through Nusuk as long as you're booking the international portion. Will Al Borj provide gateway for US travels? Yes, absolutely. I find non-shifting Mecca first packages are very few. Non-shifting Mecca first, not necessarily. They might be few in numbers in terms of how many packages, but they might be more in numbers in terms of quota. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about the numbers. It's more of be concerned with the visa quantity, and there's no control over anybody to have an issue or be worried about the visa numbers because we know for a fact that it's not enough, unfortunately. USA, when should I top up my e-wallet and how much should I put on it? You need to top up at least 50% that we recommended or about 20,000, and then you should be ready to top up when you see your package details. I think it was told to select 5 preferences for package. How to select 5 preference? Should be same service provider or can be different. You can select 5 preferences. You can select 3 from Al Burj, 1 from Sira, 1 from Anjum. You know, it's up to you, really. Will there be advance notice for time of purchase? Hopefully, we can have advance notice and we'll let you know. It can be 1 time, 2nd time, 3rd time. We don't know yet. Last year, we were waking up in the middle of the night for days on end, and then all of a sudden, we were told it's going to go live at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. It went online at 11:32 a.m. So we don't know that yet, but we're hoping that maybe they'll streamline it this time. Which flight to select for Medina first option from Toronto? There is dates on the for the 7 June arrival, and there is dates for the 10 June arrival, inshallah. There's news some service provider have reduced price. Is this correct? Yes, they're working with the Ministry and Nusuk to basically update their packages and their pricing, so they're still getting approvals. But again, it's different. Standard, premium, luxury, there's a lot going on. A lot going on. We noticed the prices didn't lower even though all the packages become less time than the 3 weeks we were originally told. Why is that? Lesser time, more expensive package. Because these are high-end packages and they're in front of the haram. So when you have that closer, then it's more expensive. All right. So proximity and in the time frame of Hajj is more expensive. So in other words, if you choose a standard package that's there for a month, it might be half the price of a luxury. Will the tour guides be with us during the whole Hajj duties during the day of Arafah and Muzdalifah? Yes, they are going to be with you, inshallah, throughout. Can we select our 5 preferences? Yes, you can select 5 preferences, but they don't go into a bucket or a cart. What is the process with Aziziyah? Will the bags be taken to the Aziziyah building? It's an apartment, so what does the accommodation look like? Okay, great question. So Aziziyah typically is, for us, we consider it as a rest area. It's not the same as someone else who's selling it as a residence where you're residing there before Hajj, after Hajj, and so on and so forth. So it's more considered as a rest area. And basically, yes, you will have some bags that you can take there, but we'll walk you through that process, inshallah. Group flight from Toronto via which airlines? Again, we'll discuss the airlines options again. I've given more than enough for airlines at this time. At least now know which groups and which packages you're going to be looking for the gateways that you want. What are the differences in the different packages? Does DS only offers luxury packages? Yes, we are only supporting luxury packages through our 3 service providers. If you get a package, are you guaranteed a visa? Pretty much, unless you have a glitch in your passport, unless your passport expired, unless you are rejected for some reason within the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you did something there or something was done. But at the end of the day, I would say 99.9%, if you get a package, you are guaranteed a visa, inshallah. I have chosen premium as preferred package. Can I change the type of package after it got released? Yes, of course. Choosing that preferred category, that's called preferred category. That was just so they gauge and survey how many people are there. Are you going to tell us which sheikh is leading which program tomorrow? I care more about the scholar I will perform Hajj with than comfort of hotel and other luxuries. Great question. Generally speaking, we have not assigned a specific sheikh for a specific package, but you all know the mashayikh that are going to be with each service provider, and you will have access to them throughout, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. I'm optimistic and not stressed about the whole process, inshallah, just simply because going to Hajj shouldn't be stressful, inshallah. Inshallah, bi'idhnillah. My question, how is it that after topping up the wallet with 30,000, 40,000, then we find out that we are not selected? We end up with about 1.5% fees, which add up to about 2,000. Am I missing something here? Not to mention, how long would it take? Okay, please cover. Yes, great question, Brother Labib. That's why I always recommended a travel credit card because they don't charge foreign transaction fees. But definitely the processing fee is going to be 1.5%. And of course, that's why we basically say now not to post or not to transfer as much, but maybe 50%. But you're absolutely right. There is a huge risk that was addressed to the ministry. There is no solution to it at this time, but you're absolutely right. There's a lot of people that are going to be refunded and lose potentially might lose some money, or they might want to keep it there for next year. But if there is any new updates about that, we'll keep you posted. It is unfortunate, yes. Which package is best if you want to stay on the sixth day of Hajj? Any package. You're going to stay until the 13th of the Hijjah anyway, unless you want to shorten it, unless you have a non-shifting package and you want to leave on the 12th of the Hijjah. We're going to discuss that later, brothers and sisters. But you can stay until the sixth day of Hajj at any package if you are ending in Mecca, inshallah. Will there be a group formed after packages are selected for people in each package? Is there going to be a Mecca only pack? Yes, for sure. Once the package is selected, everything else is streamlined. Us, easy. We have a whole standard operating procedures for that. So you don't have to worry about anything. We make groups. We're going to do individual sessions, private sessions, you name it. We're going to create it for every specific package, inshallah. There won't be any Mecca only package to my understanding. I can buy a package and not get a visa. No, that's not what I said. If you buy a package, you should get the visa. Mina Towers. Which country gets the Mina Towers? Great question. So I don't know if you're mean the Camp 38. Camp 38, I believe, is going to be the test run, a beta test of one of the towers. We're not sure who is it provided to or if it's going to be provided at all. So there is no Mina Towers to our understanding at this time. For any of the packages, it's only Majar al-Kabsh or Ma'isam. Medina to Mecca by train, yes. All our packages, Medina to Mecca by train. If my program is June 10th, then which date should I book flight? Most likely you will need to travel on the 8th of June or the 9th of June, depending on where you are in the world. If we buy from a different gateway, if we buy from a different gateway than our country of residence, Canadian flying from USA, do we pick a service provider other than Al Borj in that case? Yes, you can. You can buy from Al Borj, you can purchase from Sira, you can book from Abdul Latif Jamia. That's not a problem. Is shifting double 80K now? No, shifting double, I believe, will be much less than that. Shifting double would probably be somewhere around 75K. But again, that's the range. How do we understand which packages are related to Toronto? DST offered Toronto Gateway. And what is the name of the package? Is it deluxe or executive? Which price is 61,000 Riel? That is going to be the quad occupancy, and the which package is going to have that gateway. We will talk to you about that when the time comes. So when the packages come up, we're going to have another. So brothers and sisters, we are going to possibly have daily sessions once the packages go live for viewing for at least the first 3 or 4 days. We're going to go through all these things because sometimes we don't have the visibility of it. So once we get that visibility, we'll walk you through which gateway is going to be in each package and how you can choose it, and typically what the prices will be. You'll start seeing the starting from when you see those packages posted. What happens if we arrived at Jeddah Airport without Dar es Salaam guide after dropping off kids somewhere else and arriving on our own? I'm not sure of what the question means, Sister Yumna, but you'll have to book a package through the service providers, and they'll have to meet you. You'll have to provide them the flight details. Can you use my accumulated airline miles towards purchasing an air ticket in Nusuk? I don't believe that is going to happen, Brother Azam, but you can always send the question to Nusuk and ask them that. Are the prices for packages 61K to 86K per person? Yes, 61K I'm estimating is the lowest package with airline, and the highest of highest. Now, brothers and sisters, everyone is looking at the highest, 86K. If your budget is for Fairmont and Hilton in double occupancy, it's going to be 86K, possibly, right? But if you're looking at Swiss Hotel and Movenpick, it's probably 80K in a double occupancy and probably 70K in a triple in a double. In a quad. So it ranges between that range. So if you're thinking quad occupancy, it's safe to say you're in the 60s. It's safe to say you're in the 60s. So if you're looking at quad occupancy, no matter what hotel, it's in the 60,000 range, 60s, 60 to 70, or 60 to 69,000. If you're looking at a triple occupancy over the course of the 11 packages, you're looking at the 70s, 70 to 79,000. Okay. If you're looking at double occupancy, you're probably looking somewhere around 75,000 or 76,000 to 86,000. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. How much approximate cash would you recommend that we carry with us for the Hajj journey? We can discuss that in a later part because it depends on what you're doing, inshallah. Any free shuttles provided by providers from Azizaya hotels to Masjid al-Haram only during the Tawaf al-Ifada. What happens if you're able to buy a package but then are not issued a visa? We answered that already. How many people will be in each room in Azizaya? Typically, because it's a rest area, it's basically a quad occupancy. When packages go live, can you move your favorited packages directly to the cart? Yes, that's ideally what's supposed to happen. You get to choose one and it goes from there. Medina hotel map, I believe we showed it before, but I can share it with you. But Medina's is pretty straightforward. Let me show you. Let's see if I can share this. Really, a special shout out to brothers Fahim, brother Javid, brother Saad, sister Aisha, sister Rima, and the others for just responding. I really appreciate it. MashaAllah. May Allah bless you all for all that you're doing. So here is Medina. See, pretty much all the hotels are around this ring. Okay. And most of our hotels are right in front of the uh the area. So very close. That shouldn't be an issue whatsoever in the lab. Okay. When you say come, first serve, is that for packages or visa? Package equals visa. How is it determined? The speed with which we submit the final packages, or when you select and choose the package and hold on to it and pay it? If a mother and adult son created separate Nusuk accounts, how can we combine to book together as family? Unfortunately, the only way you can combine is delete one account and then add it to the other account. I don't know if there's enough time to do that. So the only way to do it now is you got to book simultaneously and try to book the same flight. How to arrange our travel from a non-gateway? Do we have to go through Nusuk? Yes, you'll have to go through Nusuk, Brother Sharif. Which airline operate flights to Toronto International Airport? I believe generally, if I'm not mistaken, what they're giving is Turkish Airlines at this time. That's what I'm aware of. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Is it still safe to say this 80,000 rial will be priced for the package plus flight? Yes. 80,000 rials, you're going to have plenty of packages that are within 80,000 and below. 80,000 and below, we are still in the same range, brothers and sisters. The only thing that I'm saying of 86,000 is the highest package. We have 11 packages, and they're all going to range between 60,000 to 80,000, majority of them, 90% of them. Okay. Nothing has changed. In non-shifting, we still get the camp near Jamarat. Yes, non-shifting, Majar al-Kabsh, everyone is in front of the Jamarat, and you still have your accommodations there. You don't have to go back to the hotel. For a sister traveling solo who books a double accommodation, who will be shared with? Random says, great question, Sister Saba. MashaAllah, there's a lot of sisters traveling solo. So once you book, we're going to group you all together and make sure that you all accommodated together. And that we do the rooming for you. We look at everything. We make sure that you all can be a perfect fit for each other, inshallah. You mentioned that most shifting luxury should be is 70,000. Now you are saying 80,000 more. Please clarify. No, you said shifting. So Sister Siham, shifting is 70,000. Yes. Non-shifting is in the 80,000 range. Okay. Non-shifting is in the price range of that range. Brothers and sisters, I'm just gonna open the chat for a second. Please don't ask questions on there. I'm only gonna ask one simple question. Does everyone understand that what the range of prices means? Does everyone understand what the range of price is? Yes, yes, yes. The majority is saying yes. Whoever's saying no. So, brothers and sisters who understand this, can you maybe write it and help me out here? I can read it, read what you understand that can help everyone that is saying no. Again, 60,000 is the lowest in quad. 86,000 is the absolute maximum. All right. So ask me, what do you want? Do you want a double occupancy? I will tell you the double occupancy is between 75,000 and 86,000. That is the highest. Okay. If you want quad occupancy, is in the 60,000. All right. That includes the flights. You're going to deduct around 11,000 reals when you are looking at the land packages when they go up. Okay. Non-shifting is higher, shifting is a bit lower, but it's all within that range of 60 to 80,000. The absolute highest will be 86,000. That's the double Fairmont Hilton DS Signature A, okay, in Al Burj. That doesn't mean everything is like that, okay? All right. Jazakumullah khair, brothers and sisters. I'm going to stop that now. Nothing single yet, brothers and sisters. I don't think they're going to show single prices in the packages. If I'm traveling with my wife, can I opt for quad? Yes, you can opt for quad. If you're traveling with your wife, you'll be roomed with 3 other brothers, and she will be roomed with 3 other sisters, inshallah. I'm trying to decide between shifting and non-shifting and want to know this. If I choose non-shifting, how realistic is it that I will be able to or want to come back to the hotel in Mecca? It is very realistic. I mean, you're going to go the 10th of the Hajj, you do tawaf and ifadah and rest until Asr. Then you're going to go on the 11th. And then on the 12th, you have a decision. You either come back and stay, or if you want to follow the sunnah, obviously you can stay there longer or you spend the night there. It's really up to you. But realistically, you're definitely going to go at least once or twice. So it's really up to you to evaluate once you see the packages live with the prices. So again, brothers and sisters, prices, when they go live for viewing, you'll see them, inshallah. How much is business class seats? That all depends on when you book the ticket. You'll see it online. But if you book the group bookings, we'll have to ask the airlines. But typically, it's quite substantial in terms of business class. I don't want to write prices for business class here, average. I don't want to scare anyone with that or be misunderstood. But anyone that has business class, you can choose on the online travel system. Or if we're going to do it with the group bookings, that's after you book, then we go back and request it from the airlines. If my husband not going to, I delete him. You don't delete your husband, you delink him or unlink him first, and then you can delete him from his profile. Can we change flight route later? You can't change the group flight route, no. But if you purchase on Nusuk, then you'll have to read the rules if you can change the route later. What is the difference between single view, gallery view, and table view? Does it matter what we select? Nope, it doesn't matter, inshallah. Could we get Canada packages in USA? There is no such thing as Canada or USA packages. It's not international to everyone. Is it okay that I did not make an account with Nusuk yet? I hope, sister, you do it ASAP because you still need to be verified and you do the top up. But yes, you do have some time, inshallah. Mina and Azizaya camp. Mina is, I believe Sister Ibtisam had posted a map of how far Mina camp is from the Jamarat and Azizaya or projected Azizaya area. How much will your cheapest package be with flight? Around 61,000 reals. And it does include Qurbani and transportation. All these packages include pretty much everything, brothers and sisters. There are no hidden fees in there. Will the packages be released on a rolling basis? It should be all released at once. The package days only 14 days max. Typically, luxury packages are 14, 10, and 14 days. If you want longer, you can take standard or premium, but unfortunately, we are not supporting any of those. How to change the e-wallet from banking to credit card after activated. You can still charge a credit card. There's two options. You can continue to charge credit card multiple times. How much will be standard package? Allahu Alam, brother Ihsan. Unfortunately, we are not serving standard packages, but you can go on and I will share it one last time for those that would like. So, brothers and sisters, you see this tab here on Nusuk platform. It says service providers. You will click on the service providers and you will choose any service provider. Let's say, for instance, Sita, view profile. And you're going to scroll down and you're going to choose contact us. You can send them a WhatsApp message on this number and ask them what their standard and premium packages are. You can do this exercise with any of the companies, inshallah. Okay. Sita Moasim has MAW, and plus after it is DST. DST is the code that they all put in for Dar es Salaam, which is Dar es Salaam Travel. All right. When do you fly out of packages? Starts on the 7th. Bottom line is if you arrive on the 7th or the 10th, you need to account for a day or two, depending on how far you are from Saudi Arabia. And you do a flight package from Amman, Jordan, you would have to purchase the Amman, Jordan ticket from the Nusuk platform. When do we get the visas? Typically a couple of weeks or a month before departure. It's all online. Everything is online. That's why they verified your passport information, because it's all done online on the Nusuk platform. There is no app for this Nusuk Hajj. The app is for the Umrah. It's not for Hajj. You said about to have about 21K in the wallet for the luxury package. Would that be double, triple, or quad? Most likely 21K is definitely double. 21K is definitely double, and you're going to have many options to choose from for double. Another webinar tomorrow. Yes, inshallah, the webinar tomorrow is going to be about explaining the details of the packages a little more in detail. All right, that will also be recorded. We'll post it in the group of when the timing is, inshallah. All right, brothers and sisters. DS is not supporting premium packages. That's correct. Can we see the airline if we choose group booking? Yes, but you don't see it now in the live packages viewing. You'll see it after, inshallah, and we'll provide you details on that. How we will know about the package. We will announce it in the group, inshallah. What airlines name from Chicago? Typically, it would either be Turkish, Emirates, or Qatar Airways. We'll provide you those details when they come. Who will process the visa? Nusuk in the system. MashaAllah. There's some people that are answering for each other. Jazakallah khair. How many days in Medina in 10-day package? 3 days, inshallah. What does A and B mean? A is superior, B is the secondary hotel. So B usually will be Swiss Hotel. A is usually Fairmont. A is more expensive than B. Can you please send pics in the chat of what you shared? Yes, of course, inshallah. I'll send you the link of the recording. What happens if you need to change flights after group booking? That might be extremely difficult. You would have to make sure that you're ready to book what you need to book. Will Boston be on the route? We can always work on the Boston routes, even if you select New York. We can always to see if there's maybe 10 people or 20 people or 30 people that choose Boston. We can always change the gateways. That's not an issue, inshallah. Can we fly out from one city and return to another in the USA? Yes, Brother Sayed, you can fly from one and come back from one, but that would have to be on the live booking, not the group booking. Last year, when all packages were sold out, you were giving options that more land packages will come and people can buy flights. Oh, that was last year. Allahu alam if it's going to happen this year. But typically, what we're hearing is that shouldn't happen again this year. Can we book? Okay, someone answered for that. Thank you. To confirm, is Dar es Salaam promoting premium packages? No, we are not promoting premium packages. And brothers and sisters, again, it's not because we're choosing the luxury. It's just more of the fact that all the hotels that are zone A, pretty much mostly, and 5-star, like the hotels that we all service throughout the year and for the past 2 decades, are 5-star hotels that just happen to be labeled as luxury, right? Is the race in booking against the visa or the quota? It's against the quota of the visas. How many days can we view the packages for? We're told between 10 to 14 days. If you book your own flights, what would you recommend on the dates? You shouldn't be allowed to book your own flights. You can book them in the system, but the system will let you know what the dates are for your package. Can pilgrims book their own flight out of Nusuk? Unfortunately, not, unless you want to forfeit the package booking. Will packages be released by levels at different times? No, all the packages should be released together, inshallah. All right, a lot of these packages a lot of questions were duplicated. Could I drop my kids to my in-laws in Jeddah? Great questions, Brother Mahmoud. I think the best thing to do is send a message to Nusuk because that's a little more sensitive. It's a bit sensitive, right? Because if you get them, you obviously can't get them a Hajj visa. Because if you get them a Hajj visa, you're going to pay a lot of money, and I don't know if your kids are even old enough to get a Hajj visa. So most likely, you might have to get them a tourist visa. The question is the airline going to allow you to enter during Hajj time into Jeddah on a tourist visa? So you'll have to do some research on that. But typically, I would say. Maybe try to arrive much earlier and drop them off on a tourist visa, then leave and then come back in with a Hajj visa from a local area. Family of 3, one married couple, one single female. They will book double occupancy and triple occupancy. That's correct. Yes. So married couple will book the double and the triple occupancy. The single female will go with 3 other females, inshallah. What is the camp in the luxury Al Burj package? All luxury packages are Majar al Kapsh that are with are supported by Dar es Salaam. Do you know what the return policy is? Oh, great question. The return policy we don't know yet. We haven't seen, but I think they're going to show it to us. Once we know, we'll post it to you, inshallah. Everything is walking distance from the hotel. The haram is right there, walking distance. What's the difference between elite and executive? It's just a name. But each service provider is naming their own program. What we ask them to do is at least put in the package name DS or DST. How can I join in Telegram where I can ask questions with other members? Let me see. Can someone post on the chat the Telegram link where we chat? Just the link, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. Vaccines, you only need the meningitis vaccine. We've posted that in the groups. Please, brothers and sisters, just watch the website, the sessions. And thank you, Jazakallah khair, for posting the link. Shifting and non-shifting, Brother Azhar, inshallah, will provide those information. How do we know which imam leads with each package? I believe we posted already these packages, what their service provider that they're leading on, inshallah. How does the visa get picked? I think we answered that. All right, I think most of these questions are either repetitive or we'll be able to answer them in due time. Brothers and sisters, again, we are going to, once the packages go live for viewing, we're going to have a daily session, inshallah, as long as you'd like. We're going to be on to answer the questions as we've done in the past. So we promise you, inshallah, that once the packages go live for viewing, we promise you there's going to be at least 2 hours worth of Q&A sessions every day to make sure that we answer everyone's question and everyone's comfortable with the viewing process, the preferences, understands where they're going to be going. I know it's quite stressful and quite, we're all anxious on the timings and things like that. But remember, right now is not the time for you to be anxious because it's only going to be for viewing only. Okay. So if it's only for viewing only, then there's no issues, right? So you don't have to rush, inshallah. Okay. So tomorrow, bi'idhnillah, we're going to do the session at 11 a.m. with Brother Azhar. He is going to basically provide you package details, the services, basically the educational sales pitch, okay? Just so you understand what the services you're getting through the service providers and what we are doing an effort to support and guide them on, inshallah. So I'm going to send you the link in a few minutes on the Telegram group of the session tomorrow, so you can register for it. It's at 11 a.m. Eastern time, wherever you are in the country, inshallah, or in the world. Please join us. It will also be on recording. We'll make multiple sessions again, so don't worry. As you've seen, we go step at a time. There shouldn't be anything that will give you anxiety at the moment, except the fact that we're waiting and to know when the package comes out. But I think a lot of information has been discussed. And thank you all for your patience. And we appreciate your time. Jazakallah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.